Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marty.
And I'm John Cena Sr.
A brand new Wrestling Insider's Fabulous Fridays is up next as the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive continues. Stand by. Wrestling fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night. Wrestling fans, get ready for the 2021 Paul Bearer Holiday Headlock Cyber Toy Drive. If you couldn't be with the superstars at our 20th anniversary event, have no fear. We're putting together a winner-take-all mega jackpot for one lucky fan that we will be drawing live on our Christmas special Sunday night, December the 19th, with John Cena Sr. For as little as a $5 raffle ticket, win thousands of dollars worth of prizes in our annual efforts to update Santa Claus's GPS to find every kid's home this Christmas. For raffle tickets and complete information, head on over to BostonWrestling.com now. Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
All right, wrestling fans, another big night for SmackDown, another big night for AEW Rampage. I know SmackDown was on fire out in one of your favorite cities, a city that's trying to woo you out there. Los Angeles, California. Maybe there's some movie spots with a certain relative of yours. That remains to be seen in 2022. I'm disappointed, though, Johnny. You know, we had talked a little bit, and I don't want to go too deep into this, but we talked about we were going to have Wrestle House with our friends Jerry Briscoe and Dutch Mantel and Tatanka and Bushwhacker Luke and others down in Tampa. And, you know, unfortunately, that wasn't able to happen due to an unscrupulous individual with no character and integrity and whose word has no value, basically took a couple of $1,000s for our toy drive and lit it on fire, where the house that was rented couldn't be refunded and airline tickets couldn't be refunded, but you know, publicly wanted to apologize to the wrestling individuals involved that were willing to give their time for what was a great idea or a great thought. You know, the prices of the airline tickets and hotels and such, you know, they've gone up quite a bit. To have all of those people come here would have been very expensive. We thought the Wrestle House idea, where it was a success, back WrestleMania week in Tampa and then in Las Vegas at the Cauliflower Alley Club, was a great idea. But, you know, it's just, I don't understand where this position is in life where you just bail on your word when you give it. I know you, and for all of our issues we've had, I don't ever recall you going back on your word in 16 years.
My word is my bond.
The problems you've probably had with me, I'd like to think that in the 16 years you've known me, I've never gone back on my word to you.
No.
So, it cost a penny to have character and integrity.
I think it's a whole new world we're dealing with. You know, when I grew up, once you gave your word is your bond. Nobody respects that today. I have a right to change my mind. That's what you get. And unfortunately, people depend on what you say. I remember when I sold my Chevy when I was going through college and needed money, and I think, let's use a number of $500, and I had it for sale for $8. Somebody came to me and he said, "Have you sold the car?" I said, "Well," I shook hands with a guy for $500. He said, "I'll give you $8 right now." I said, "I'm sorry. He's got it for $5. I'm going to give you $800. I really don't care. My word is my bond. And if you can't live by your word, then you can't be trusted." And I think that today's world is not so much arrogance and not so much my word is my bond. It's I have a right to change my mind. If you're going to change it, do it far enough in advance so I don't have to lose what you lost.
Yeah, not 8 days before you're supposed to leave.
That's not good. So I think that maybe the young people need to do some thinking.
Well, it's a good thing we have great help like we have tonight. John C. Manicus Riley in the booth. We got Howard Miller, trying to just... The studio can attract some unique individuals, as we've seen over the years. You get poor Cecil the Lion, who was lost his mind this year, and well, that's what happens with little nose candy. But anyway, that's a different story for a different time. With those lion-like nostrils, and now Captain Lou Data. I couldn't believe it, another knifing. But it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but we had fun with Just Incredible last weekend. This Tuesday night, the Berzerker is going to be here live for what I consider some must-see TV. It's not the holiday headlocks that we had planned, but we're going to try and do everything we can to make up for it. We had certain stars that were with us back on November the 13th that were supposed to do certain things that they bailed on. So there's a lot of people I could really job out, Johnny. And I know you always push to me to try and be a little softer and gentler, but when it comes to them pissing on the toy drive, that gets me going. That gets me going big time, because that's just not disrespect to the fans. It's not just disrespect to us, but it's disrespect to Paul Bearer. I have little respect for the individual that left Memorial Hall that night early. I have little respect for one of the individuals that went out of their way to make life difficult when they could have been trying to help the cause. But then you have some magnificent individuals that do try and help. So you never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get.
Life's a box of chocolates. You just never know what you're going to get. And that's the chance you take as a promoter. That's what you take, the chance you take as owner of this company. You never know what you're going to get. The good part is that once you get it, you now can do something about it. I'll never use you again. End of story. Not that they care, but at the same time, it's one less check that they're going to receive. So I'm kind of the belief that, I learned my lesson. Do me once, shame on you. Do me twice, shame on me.
Or as Majot Ouellette said to you, do me over and over again.
I don't even know who Majot is.
Yes, you don't.
No, I don't.
All right. Wrestling fans, things we do know about. The Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. The Cyber Mega Raffle is going to be ongoing through our live Christmas party this month. We know we get the John Cena Sr. bundles for the holidays. It gives you a bottle of Fabo Pop in the flavor of your choice, an autographed photo, an autographed $1 million bill, and the brand new Fabo hot sauce. For a price that can't be beat, great gifting ideas. We know the Boston Wrestling eBay store is open 24/7 around the globe with merchandise from superstars of every single era. We know that the Patreon is on fire. Have the streaming service of your life this holiday season at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. Keep wrestling legends working. We know we've got the Marty, Jannetty, and Indiegogo in its final days, trying to get our crazy friend back here so we can continue to bring you more episodes on Thursday night. We have got so much going on, Johnny. It isn't even funny, as all roads lead to the big one, Saturday night, April the 16th, Memorial Hall in Melrose. It's Soul Survivor 10, Back to the 80s. VIP packages and tickets are on sale at special holiday pricing now. If you get your order in by, say, the 18th, the 19th, we're going to send you an autographed greeting card you can give with the gift to the person for Christmas or whatever holiday you may celebrate. So we're thinking positive all around, baby.
Well, right now, happy Hanukkah to all my Jewish friends. And then for Christmas, can't be beat. And I will say this, get your tickets now, because I have a feeling if it's like the 13th of November, which was almost sold out, that place was rocking and rolling. If you want to be part of the 80s, get there now, because I'm afraid there won't be any tickets left.
Well, that would be a good thing. We want to have everybody there. So again, bostonwrestling.com, get the tickets now. Find out more about the cyber autograph signings, the raffle, and everything else we have going on during a very busy month of December. With that said, Johnny, let's roll into the world of professional wrestling. Some topics we may have missed out on last week. Have we seen the end of Big Nia Jax? She said that she may be done in the world of professional wrestling. No more in-ring competition. And does anyone care if we never see her again?
I'm not as big a hard ass as you are.
What's that mean?
Well, what it really means is this. I think she brought something to the ring. And I wasn't a fan. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I wasn't a fan. Family ties is probably why she was there. I think that there reaches a point in your life when you realize that I've done it, it's time to move on. Because there is life after professional wrestling. And I think that a lot of the people involved in this, young ones especially, don't believe that. But there is. Everything comes to an end. I think she did what she needed to do. She did what she had to do. I think now, like Awesome Kong, she's done it all. It's time to move on. So I respect that, what Nia Jax is saying. And I think if you do move on, you'll be rewarded. If you change your mind and want to make a few indie appearances here and there, just for old time's sakes, that'll be fun too. But I think you're in line with the right decision.
You don't think Tony Khan is going to go out of his way to try and seduce her into the company?
I don't think so. I really don't. Too many injuries, the way she worked. I just think that you have to find tone and hone your career and your character. Somehow that was missing along the way. So what's done is done. Let's remember what we've had, which was enjoyable to a point, and let's move on.
Enjoyable?
Yeah, I think we had some stuff that was kind of...
Can you think of one good Nia Jax match?
Well, when she came out, she was big, she was strong. It was kind of nice to see the beginning, but then it went downhill slowly.
So you can't think of one good match?
I didn't say that. I never said that. Those words are from his mouth.
Well, I'm asking you, can you think of any good Nia Jax matches? In the 4 or 5 years she was there.
I suppose there were some highlights. However, I'm going to be right up front, like I am all the time. I haven't watched. I'm not a faithful every week watcher. I may jump in here, jump in there. I may channel surf like everybody else. So I guess to give a fair answer, I can't give a fair answer because I haven't watched all her matches.
Well, maybe the most memorable thing she did was break Becky Lynch's nose and kind of begin her morphing into the man.
Well, I guess Seth Rollins broke John Cena Jr.'s nose. So
that didn't do anything for John Cena Sr., though. But that visual of the man all bloody during that brawl, I think that helped Becky a lot.
Not that she what Nia Jax did?
Yeah, not that she was looking to have her nose broken that night, but I think the bloody visual of her in the crowd, I think the fans really took to that, and I think it helped elevate Becky. I think it took down Nia's reputation even more than it already was, but as being unsafe. But
Seth Rollins was unsafe that night. I watched that over and over and over. That never should have happened.
You didn't like it?
Not the way. I'm going to tell you, that knee came up and that head came down. I've been in the business. You've seen it. That was...
Well, even Bret Hart jobbed him out for it, so you're not the only one.
Let me tell you something. A better man in that ring than I, because I'd have probably kicked the living shit out of him.
Really? Well, what about another individual that's left WWE by their own fruition? Scotty Hotty, former MWF alumnus. He said once he was there just for the paycheck, he wanted to hit the road, and apparently he's there just for the paycheck now, so he decided to move on to other endeavors in his world.
Smart move. I think Scotty has done it all. Another young individual. He was a firefighter in Florida.
Yes.
He went through some tough times. He had a divorce. That caused a lot of havoc in his life. He recovered. He went back. I think he's done what he truly wanted to do. And like we said earlier, there is life after professional wrestling, and I think he's going to go out there and do it. Because he said it's not about the money. It's about helping, teaching, and having fun. He's reached a point where he said, I'm finished now. I want to move on. Congratulations, Scotty Hotty. We'll always remember the worm. And I don't know about you, but if I had a promotion, you're always welcome to appear, make a special appearance. Just a great guy.
And a theme park aficionado.
He sure is. As a matter of fact, I will say this, Halloween Horror Nights. I was there, and so was Scotty too, Hotty. It was awesome to see him. It was just kind of a quick eye-to-eye wink thing, like, hello, how you doing? And moving on. He looks good. He looks great. God bless. Stay healthy. Good luck in the future.
Is it true that you taught him the worm, Johnny?
It's not true.
No.
I might have, if I were doing it at my weight right now, I probably would have taught him the whale. No, Scotty got that one by himself. That was a big move. That was a highlight. Fans look forward to that. I know the indie shows I did with him, that was the highlight. The worm.
Remember the one we did with the Special Olympics? The Special Olympians love doing the worm.
Yep. He's a great guy. He has a lot to offer. I think you might see him appear here and there, but I wouldn't look for him anymore as that standout person in the world of professional wrestling.
Could you see him go on in an agent role in another company?
Perhaps.
Wait, John C's giving me a unique, odd.
Mine is weak again.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, cutting out.
All right, back from that little technical difficulty we had right there. It's a good thing we had John C. Manicus Riley on it. Well, who knows where we could have gone.
Howard would have jumped on that too.
Howard would not. Cecil, though.
No.
Cecil would have just started screaming.
I'm not going there. See, no derogatory remarks.
No.
Be nice, move on.
All right. Well, I got to be honest. You know me. But
I understand that. There's a difference between honesty and driving the spike through the heart. Let's move on.
You think I drive it through the heart?
Move on.
All right. Do you see Scotty too, Hotty, maybe moving on to an agent role in a different company?
I wouldn't put that by him if he truly wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I looked at the picture of him. I think he's tired. I think, like all of us, needs a rest. A little bit of a rest, a little bit of a change. Who knows what he's going to do? But whatever he'll do, it'll be the best for Scotty too, Hotty and the business.
I was told by someone that I've looked exhausted lately. Do you find that to be true?
Paul Bearer could have probably done a good job with you.
All right, moving along, folks. Kenny Omega is going to be out of action for a while in AEW, Johnny. Do you see that as a needle mover, losing one of their top stars? No.
No, I think that Kenny Omega, like every other talent that I know in this business, has pushed himself to the end, to the point where, and a lot of fans don't understand this. My son, Austin, The Rock, Snuka, God rest, they all worked through injuries. They pushed themselves for you. And now it's reached a point with Omega, if he doesn't have it done, he won't be doing anything for anyone. So I'm sure the fans are sitting back, like Moxley's situation, saying, good luck, Kenny, get it done, come back 100%, because when he gets back in that ring, he's going to give you 200%. And there's enough people there to fill the gaps, I'm sure, and it will work. And when he does come back...
Good timing where they've had so many newcomers
yes,
come in. Yeah.
There's plenty of talent, so now's the time to do it. Good luck. Hope everything works out. See you when you're finished. I hope to get to an AEW live show.
And what do you think about the Young Bucks re-sign with the company through 2026? Do you think Tony Khan wanted to prevent perhaps a bidding war at some point? Or?
I don't think Vince McMahon is interested in the Young Bucks at all. If Vince was interested in buying them or getting a contract with them, nothing would have stopped him. Believe me. Vince is very selective in what he does and how he does it, and I don't think he has an interest. I think they made the right decision.
Do you think that they would fit in WWE? Or do you think they'd be more NXT caliber, even though NXT isn't NXT anymore?
No, I think they're main roster people. They definitely would fit in with the tag team situation. I think they'd be over. I just think it's a case of Vince is saying, see ya, you want them? You can have them. I'm sure that if he wanted, he would have reached out, knowing that their contract is coming to an end. There's no bidding war.
Well, before AEW even began, they made monster offers to all four of them.
Right.
Omega, Cody Rhodes, and the Young Bucks. Do you think maybe, looking at the success that AEW has had, that they were willing to open the coffers a little bit more to make the deals happen and eliminate AEW completely?
No, I think that the original offers that were made were to prevent the startup.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Do you think they wish now that there was no startup?
No.
Really?
I'm a firm believer that Vince McMahon is not afraid of competition. It just means that
Then why did they put NXT on Wednesday night head-to-head against them?
because it's business. You see, it's business.
Well, if you're trying to cut them off at the head, instead of that, why not just try and spend a little bit more money to sign those 4 guys? Then Tony Khan has little to go to battle with.
Tony Khan will pick up something bigger and better. You got to remember,
But for him to get a television deal, he needed to have some players under contract. If
He did.
Vince took those players out of contention, what's he going to bring to the plate?
Well,
A
first of all-
50-year-old Chris Jericho?
Cody Rhodes isn't going to go. After the deals he had with WWE and the
Right.
way they misused him, the last place he's going to be is back at WWE.
They offered him 7 figures?
Especially
Back then, you think he would have turned it down?
he did.
You think he was offered 7 figures back then?
I wouldn't think so, but you seem to know more than I.
I don't know. But I don't think
I don't think so.
think they would have offered him 7.
No, and I don't think he'd want to go back there. You know, I'm a believer that when I retired from the city of Methuen, a great place to work and great people to work with. I remember Carolyn, who was my assistant there, one of the assistants clerks, said, "We'll see you back part-time." And I said, "Understand one thing. When I go through the doors, I'm not looking back because it's time to go forward, never go backward." And so that's my rule of thumb. If I leave, if I ever had any intention of coming back, I never would have left. And the reason people go back is because, and maybe that's why I don't have any money, and I'm serious about that. People think I'm loaded. Sometimes I'm scratching the bottom to make ends meet.
You get those Pelotons.
Well, scratching the bottom sometimes, but that's another story for another time. That's personal. But the fact of the matter is, it's not always about money. And when you realize that, like Scotty Hotty, and I am sure Cody Rhodes, and other people, they just realize that it's time to move on. We did what we did. I'm not going backwards. I'm going forwards. The other people, Sable dumped all over him. Nothing against Brock Lesnar's wife. Smart move. Brought her back with more money. Look at some of these people that
Suing for $120 million.
and won.
No,
She lost.
I don't. Well, there was some kind of settlement.
Settlement. Yeah, there you go.
Pennies on the dollar.
Pennies on the dollar. Yeah. She still walked out with a good settlement. So my whole thing is, when money becomes your God, and I think you really got to look in the mirror.
All right. Well, we'll have to be interested to see
No
Cody
contracts
Rhodes.
from AEW, nothing from WWE. I'm lucky I appeared on your show. Thank you very much. I've got a few other bookings, so we'll see.
Cody Rhodes said he plans on being with AEW for the foreseeable future. So
I think you're
they're
right.
going to keep that, hopefully, nucleus in place that they started with. But with all of the fresh talent and names that they have come through the door, does it make them a little bit more expendable when you have what they've added in the past few months?
I don't think so.
No.
I think what it does is it's like a buffet. Now you've got a choice of what you want to eat. If you don't like the taste, you get rid of it. If you want it, you keep it and build it. So, and besides, the cons, Vince is a billionaire. These people playing with Vince McMahon with their money, Vince is chump change. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's billionaire against billionaire. But when it comes down to pushing the buttons and spending the dough, I'd say cons get more money and more flexibility. So, again, he's got that buffet table. He can pick and choose who he wants, when he wants. Doesn't need it, he pushes it aside and move forward.
Well, it'll be interesting to see who may pop up in AEW in 2022. You never know. Like we mentioned, Johnny Gargano's contract by the time this episode airs will have been expired.
He belongs there.
Well, we have already seen him in AEW. They have that special Winter is Coming in the next few days, which is how they introduced Sting last year. I imagine where they're pushing it again, that Tony Khan would, I'm sure, like to introduce someone fresh.
I'm only going to say this. If you extended your contract for 2 weeks or a week, whatever he did, that says something to me. It means that either you didn't offer me enough money, I'm really not happy where I am, and just to let you know, and I really mean Gargano would say this, thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much for letting me be part of this WWE family, but I'm done. It's time to move on. And he belongs at AEW. Size, stature.
I thought it was classy of him to stick it out for the extra week.
Amen.
And not put him. And you know what? God only knows what's going to happen in this industry a few years from now. He may find that He needs WWE again at some point. And why not leave on good terms instead of bad terms when you just stay in an extra week?
Never burn your bridges.
Right,
That's a
yeah.
bad thing to do, because once they're burned, ain't no way going back, brother. I don't care how you try to build it. It ain't going to happen. So he's intelligent. He's smart. Like I say, I had a chance to work with he and his wife and Ciampa, which was great. So my money says I think he's done.
He helped train Trey Lamar of the Uprising faction here in Boston Wrestling as well, so he's even got his hands dirty when it comes to that, so to speak.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Our friend Jim Ross, as we've mentioned, he's finally started the radiation for the skin cancer on his ankle and on his back. We want to send out well wishes to JR, man that's been right here in this studio. Now, it was in the month of December back in 2018.
Love his barbecue sauce. I really do.
You like his sauce?
I like the barbecue sauce.
Who's
Jim.
got the better sauce?
Well, I probably, now that I'm doing a lot of smoking and barbecuing, not grilling, because don't tell me when you turn that gas grill on, you're barbecuing, you're grilling. There's a big difference between barbecue and grilling. I barbecue. And now that I've developed some of my own rubs and my own barbecue sauce, I get a little bit more to go, but I think we might be neck to neck.
Really? Really? Now, have you ever thought about a line of John Cena Sr. barbecue sauce?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, but remember this. I am John Cena Sr.
Yeah.
I'm not Dwayne Johnson. I'm not John Cena Jr. I'm not Jim Ross. I'm not Chris Jericho. So unless you're out there and your name is well known and you're a quote-unquote superstar, I'm not knocking myself. The Rock has it right. Know your role. I think we're fine. The hot sauce is doing well. The Fabo Pop always does well. The cigars were doing outstanding till I stopped doing those.
Now, what about these trading cards we've been talking about?
The trading cards are right here.
Tell us about them. Those piqued my curiosity.
These are amazing trading cards. I don't know if you can get in close on these, but a fan at the November 13th show came over and said, I made a double set of these. Would you autograph this set for me? Not only...
You're zooming in on him, Johnny, if you want to hold them up
We'll
again.
do it one more time. Not
John C. Manicus Riley.
Not only would I autograph him for him, but he gave me a set of 4 for my own collection. So what I would like to do right now to that fan is reach out to you. I hope you watch the videos of Fabulous Fridays. If you could contact Dan, at bostonwrestling.com, give us your name, a phone number. I would like to get in contact with you personally. I would like to know if you and I could get together, make an agreement to create a full set of John Cena Sr. trading cards. I think we could do very well with it. I would be honored, as I was when you brought these to me. I've had nothing but kudos. Outstanding. So if you get in contact with Dan, and he'll get in contact with me. We can meet here at the MWF Studios. Maybe WWE's thinking of me, huh?
Maybe the Titan Towers is calling.
Yeah, I doubt it. Would you please, and I'm really out there asking, get in contact. Let's get it done. Let's do a full set, because I think once we do this, I think we get some more work for you here at the MWF. I look forward to it. Please, again, if you can't get to Dan, you can always find my email directly on Google. Email me. I'll get back to you. Name and phone number. Let's get down. Let's get a contract. Let's have some fun making a set of John Cena Sr. cards. And I know you and I have got some other superstars and some other stuff we'd like to do at MWF.
Maybe they could make a trading card of you and I together on the set from your talk show days.
We might do that. And I got to talk to my friend Chris DiPerillo, who does wrestling figures. He's done Kevin Owens. They've done the AEW lines. So he did. I have one of 2. I have my own action figure. They made 2. He made one of Andy Wong, which is outstanding. It was awesome.
I love the Andy Wong figure.
They have changed their method now. So, Chris, who knows? Maybe we can get in touch with you, do some John Cena Sr. figures, and there might be some more MWF superstars who want their action figures done also.
Do you know, John C., how much time do we have left in this segment, my friend?
That's a good question.
All right, well, let us know.
This is the first one?
Yeah. I think we've gone a little long.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll take, why don't we, but before we go, though, Johnny, I got to tell you this. Do you know who the fans have been requesting an action figure of? I know this is going to
Quincy Rastani.
Yeah. How did you know?
Quincy is an outstanding human being. Quincy tries his hardest to please everybody. He's an outstanding human being. You know, there's a young man that proves disabilities are not a handicap. He's out there doing what everybody else should do. He loves life. He loves human beings. He just lives life to its fullest. Whether that would sell, who knows?
Would you buy one?
Maybe to the MWF fans. You know,
Would you get the tuxedo or the leopard skin coat variant? Because there'd have to be two variants.
I think we just do a Quincy Rastani.
Just one. All right.
It's like the Tiger King.
Wrestling fans, right now we're going to take a brief time out, update you on all the big happenings on a big month of December with the Marty Jannetty Indiegogo, the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive, the Berzerker Live, and more. We'll be back on the flip side with JFab. Celebrate the season with Cena. John Cena Sr.'s Christmas bundle is on sale now with $5 of each sale going to the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive through the end of 2021. You'll receive a bottle of Fabo's $1 million jalapeno hot sauce. You'll have your choice of a bottle of his custom Fabo Pop Soda, plus an autographed 8x10 photo and an autographed $1 million bill. Visit BostonWrestling.com for ordering information. Wrestling fans, get ready for the 2021 Paul Bearer Holiday Headlock Cyber Toy Drive. If you couldn't be with the superstars at our 20th anniversary event, have no fear. We're putting together a winner-take-all mega jackpot for one lucky fan that we will be drawing live on our Christmas special Sunday night, December the 19th, with John Cena Sr. For as little as a $5 raffle ticket, win thousands of dollars worth of prizes in our annual efforts to update Santa Claus's GPS to find every kid's home this Christmas. For raffle tickets and complete information, head on over to BostonWrestling.com now. Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho. Fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night. Wrestling fans, I'm Dan Marati.
And this is the man of the hour, Leo Rush.
It was all over BostonWrestling.com and our social media. But Leo, brother, they got to check out some of this merch.
They got to.
Check it out, fans, right now available on eBay. The Undisputed Era kicked ass and took no prisoners in WWE NXT. Now you can own this limited edition collector's autographed art print personally signed by Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. Also signed by the original artist, Rob Schamberger, one of only 50 made direct from our friends at WWE. Help keep wrestling legends working. Get this awesome collectible for your collection now. All right, wrestling fans, welcome back again. If you are looking for that unique gift that you can't buy in just any store, the John Cena Sr. Holiday Gift Pack, it's moving. It's flying.
Well, again, you know, there's the prices out there. You can see the little ad commercial we put together. I've given my word that for every sale of that package, $5 will go to the MWF Paul Bearer Toy Drive.
Through Christmas only.
What's only through Christmas?
Yes.
It's only for
A limited time.
right, and then we'll stop the offer and let it cool off for a while and bring it back probably for April 16th.
There you go, and we do our Make-A-Wish endeavor. So
We can do that. When's that coming up?
April 16th.
There
But
you
we'll
go.
be doing stuff in the month of April here in studio.
So maybe we'll start probably the middle of March,
Yeah.
and we'll go right through. Yep,
Through April 16th.
We'll bring it back. So it's
Well-
going to be a limited edition
Limited edition.
until
Wait a minute. He wants the cards,
if
too.
I can get my friend out there to get in contact with me to do the cards, there'll be a very rare John Cena Sr. card that will go along with that package too.
Mickey Mantle, eat your heart out. John Cena Sr.
I didn't think I was that good. There is one card here that I'm not, it's not my, it is, I guess, my favorite, but it's Orton kicking me in the head.
I'd like that one.
You would? Maybe I'll sign it and send it to Orton.
Well, you and Bob even have collided here in Boston Wrestling. Maybe they could take some of that footage and make a little something. The
Cowboy Bob
possibilities are endless.
Endless. And I think we could do a MWF set, not just with John Cena Sr., Cowboy Bob Orton, Luke, whoever. Work a deal so everybody is happy, everybody gets a piece of it, and I don't mean that in a bad way. And then we've got a unique product that nobody else has.
Yeah, a trading card set could be very interesting. Maybe
And I'll
once
talk
a
to
year.
Chris and see if we can do some action figures.
Well, that Andy Wong one is a classic. Why is there only one of you instead of multiples for you to sell at live events?
He made two, only two.
I apologize.
And I have one, and another one I gave away.
To who?
To a blonde.
Marjo?
No, she's blonde. From Gloucester, way back when.
Oh, wait a minute.
Way back when.
Is it who I'm thinking about?
No. That's no.
Not John Candy's wife from
This
the Great
young lady.
Outdoors.
This young lady was somebody I used to work with in Methuen. She was the head of human resources, and I happened to meet her. We had lunch, and she said, "How's the wrestling going?" She had a boyfriend. She still does. So that was 10 years ago, and so 15 years ago.
You know who lives up in Gloucester?
Yep, the general. And I haven't seen him. I hope he's okay.
Well.
I'm reaching out to you, General. Hope things are fine.
Everything's doing great, Mr. Cena.
No
I
wrestling.
got a great idea for a hardcore title match in Gloucester.
I'm waiting. But I signed it and gave it to her, and that's it. There's only 2 or 2.
2 or 2. All right. Do you think there'll be more?
If I can get Chris to give me a price, I think they're marketable. I got to say this, and my son is probably going to kick me in the head like Orton did, but I think when he and I were doing our thing, they should have done a twin pack, myself and John.
I agree.
I think that would have been a hot number.
Have you seen the new figure of him that's out at, I think it's a Walmart exclusive of him, a WWE action figure with him in his Fast and Furious gear? They're doing a Hollywood line. The Rock is in one of his movies. It's Andre as Bigfoot and Roddy Piper from, what's that movie? Chew Bubblegum and Kick Ass. What was Roddy Piper's what is it? They Live with Roddy Piper. So they're taking 4 of their legends that have done Hollywood appearances and making an action figure line of them. But I don't know if you've seen the John Cena Fast and the Furious.
I might have to stop at Walmart
today. It's a Walmart exclusive.
I might have to stop there today. Those are very popular. I might get a bunch of them, and as I normally do, keep one for myself and give the rest to some kids in the hospitals or when I do events, wheelchairs or handicapped people. But I'll see. I don't know why they don't send me some, but, it's like...
Well, you should ask. Sometimes you got to ask. You got to hustle, John.
No.
You got to get a little Rastani in you.
No, you
That's
know
why
what?
he winds up with the free turkeys from the pantries. He'll show up.
Walmart is not known for giving anything to anyone.
Well, Mattel I'm talking about.
Well,
not
Mattel, if they want to send me a case of John Cena figures or Roddy Piper figures or whatever, I'm more than open to that. I know that when Jax was doing the action figures, I used to get a case a month, whatever they...
Oh, really? Jax was good to you.
They're very kind to me, very, very kind to me. And when I was talking to one of the reps, they couldn't understand why we hadn't done a a senior, junior action figure.
Even some of the reps wanted one. Well, it would have been, I think, sold well, maybe even a 3-pack, throwing Randy in.
Yep.
I know they did some 3-packs.
Yep. And I think it would have gone over well. I think the time was right, but I wasn't involved in any of that, so, you know, it is what it is. I'm still happy. Thank God I was allowed to do what I did. I'm a happy camper, and life goes on.
Well, you know, an interesting life it is that you have, Johnny. Again, it's amazing that 2021 is coming to an end. When I looked at the clock, a couple of days before we taped this, on December 1st, I said, you know, a month from today, it's going to be a new year. I was really, it almost took me by surprise, if that makes any sense. I couldn't believe that this crazy year of ups and downs, like you said, in real life, in wrestling, you know, virus times and so on, is coming to rest. Much better than 2020, but still room for improvement.
Well, next year will be a better year.
Well, and WWE is certainly hoping for a much better year. About 75,000 tickets out so far for both nights of WrestleMania, which would put it at about a third of capacity each night, if even Steven. Do you think they have a chance of filling AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas?
No.
Either night?
No.
No.
Absolutely
What if they
not.
bring in Austin?
That would be enough to entice somebody. Austin, The Rock, I think that would be the bonus that would bring people to the game. I don't think, I hope Hogan is doing well. I know he has some health issues, but even Hogan is still a draw. So I think those are the kinds of things and Cena. You know, I'm not going to leave my son out of it, but I think.
They just used Hogan last year. I really wouldn't see the need for him.
No, I don't think he'll be there. I don't know. Who the hell knows? You know, Vince is like, here's the magician's hat. Watch what I'm going to pull out now. And usually he does a great job at it. But when I look at the lineup that they have for WrestleMania this year so far, I have no desire.
What's the lineup? What have you seen?
Well, you're the inside man.
Well, and this I don't know to be fact by any stretch of the imagination, but do you think that Austin would make a good guest referee to freshen up Roman and Lesnar?
I do, but I don't care. You can't, you know, again, you're beating a dead horse. I do not want to see Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
Well, I think you're
again.
getting it. So how do we freshen it up?
Well, you know what? Put them on first and get it over with. That's because I'm telling you, that'll be the main event. But at the same time, it's been done. There's not going to be a change in it. Suplex, super punch. Here we go with a spear. It's been done. I'm tired. I'm finished. I'm through. I have no interest. Other fans may feel differently. You know, I'd rather see Lesnar take on Lashley.
Oh, we've
Make
been
it a
talking about
three-way.
that
Make it Lashley.
No,
Lesnar.
enough. I hate
Well, but you know what? I
three-ways.
don't care what you hate. It's what sells tickets and what the fans
People
want.
don't want 3-ways. They actually used to have value
I
when
like
they were done in
3-ways.
moderation. When you have them on TV every week, they lose
Oh, of course.
the uniqueness.
It's like going to buffet.
Right.
You get tired of eating the same thing. So, I don't know. We'll see. You know, I'm sure the Usos will be there. We'll have a little tag team action. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Paul Heyman get involved in something at WrestleMania.
Oh, sure. Now, let me ask you this. Who would you, in a fantasy world, is there anyone that you'd like to see John wrestle?
Yeah, I really would. He would probably, John would obviously do the job, but I'd like to see him and Austin go at it.
Steve Austin?
Yep.
Well, I think that really is pie in the sky. I mean, from the people that are around now.
Of the roster?
Yeah.
No,
There's no.
no. Well, I'm not trying to be a jerk.
Yeah, no, I hear
But
you.
he's been through them. So it's like Roman Reigns. Who's left to feed to Reigns?
Well, I think before they castrated Lashley, he could have
Oh.
made a good opponent for the title.
Yes.
That would have been, imagine John coming back to win the Rumble, and then he gets to pick between Roman and Lashley as to who he faces for the championship in Dallas, Texas. But, you know, I want to talk much more about that on next week's episode.
Okay.
Because there's a lot to dive into.
All right.
One thing we were starting to discuss, but we kind of digressed last week, was the new look of a WWE NXT 2.0. Johnny, again, it's another situation where you have something that works. Granted, it changed because of coronavirus times, but you take the nucleus of it, blow it up, destroy it, and now it looks like an independent wrestling game show with all the bright colors and Beth Phoenix's overreactions on the commentary, and it's just so many new faces, taking it from what was more of a pro wrestling presentation to sports entertainment, which is the last thing they need, where they have enough sports entertainment product out there. It is really taken a nosedive to me, to the point where, as much as you got guys like Carmelo Hayes that came from Boston Wrestling MWF, that's doing a great job right now, Tommaso Ciampa, some other individuals that have been with us in the past, it's unwatchable to me. And I hate to say it, but as 2021 comes to an end, outside of needing to, or having the purpose of, being familiar with what we're talking about for these programs and professionally, this, from just someone that enjoys pro wrestling, there's almost nothing I want to see. It's horrible.
NXT was started as a challenge, as an offshoot. You want it, go ahead and do it. I think when it took off the way it did, people were amazed. I always labeled NXT as a glorified indie. If I had the ability to do the pyro and the music the way they do, my indie shows would be outstanding. So I'm not taking anything away from the talent or Paul Levesque. I think he did a great job. Prince Albert, great guy. Scotty Hotty, the trainers down there, outstanding. It's a school to teach people how to get into this business and hone their craft. I think now that we have new people involved with NXT, I go out on a limb maybe and say by the middle of next year, it'll be non-existent.
You don't even think the NXT show will exist?
I think that it's going to be what it was meant to be all along, the facility in Florida, which is a training facility. They'll have open shows down there for the young people to work in front of live audiences. I think the mistake that WWE made was they didn't take over the studio at Universal. Big mistake in my opinion, but then who am I? I always say to people, I'm a pimple on the ass of progress, hoping nobody spills the Clearasil.
I've had that idea in my head for years and years and years and years. It would have been fresh bodies for those talents to work in front of every day.
Yep.
Now AEW does a taping about once a month down there for one of their internet shows. But what surprised me was AEW really didn't jazz the place up all that much like TNA did. Granted, it's an internet show. They're not generating a lot of revenue from it. But if you're going to do it right.
Yeah, but you know what, once again, I'm only going to say this. When you go to the beach and get to the water, you always walk in slowly because it's cold the first time you get going. So I think Khan and his operation get a little slower, because the word I get is it's just the tip of the iceberg. I think it's going to get better and it's going to get bigger.
Well, when the show was being recorded in front of thousands of people at their TV tapings with the big backgrounds and everything like that, why go from one extreme to the other way? Now it's kind of a bland, lifeless kind of presentation.
Hang on.
That's going backwards.
I know, but I say hang on. Hang on. We're in the waters now. We just learned how to swim. This is another venture. Let's see where it goes from here. Let's look at it mid-year next year and see where we are.
All right, wrestling fans, right now we're going to take a brief time out. We'll be back to wrap up the show. Stand by. Wrestling fans, get ready for the 2021 Paul Bearer Holiday Headlock Cyber Toy Drive. If you couldn't be with the superstars at our 20th anniversary event, have no fear. We're putting together a winner-take-all mega jackpot for one lucky fan that we will be drawing live on our Christmas special Sunday night, December the 19th, with John Cena Sr. For as little as a $5 raffle ticket, win thousands of dollars worth of prizes in our annual efforts to update Santa Claus's GPS to find every kid's home this Christmas. For raffle tickets and complete information, head on over to BostonWrestling.com now. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but We're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night. Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marty.
And I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
The road to WrestleMania has begun. Wrestling fans are looking to add to their man caves. You got to see what we have in the eBay store.
Check it out.
Support Wrestling Insiders and keep wrestling legends working on eBay. Get this WWE NXT TakeOver War Games 2020 11x14 limited edition autograph poster signed by everyone on the event. Number 23 of only 100 made. Includes signatures from the Undisputed Era: Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, Tommaso Ciampa, Timothy Thatcher, Io Shirai, Tony Storm, Rhea Ripley, Dexter, Loomis, and more. Comes with authentication hologram on the back of the poster. Also comes with mystery autographed 8x10 and an on-air shout-out from WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas on Wrestling Insiders at your house. Get it now. Celebrate the season with Cena. John Cena Sr.'s Christmas bundle is on sale now with $5 of each sale going to the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive through the end of 2021. You'll receive a bottle of Fabo's $1 million jalapeno hot sauce. You'll have your choice of a bottle of his custom Fabo Pop Soda, plus an autographed 8x10 photo and an autographed $1 million bill. Visit BostonWrestling.com for ordering information. All right, wrestling fans, welcome back again. We hope you continue to have a great, should we call it a holiday season, a Christmas season? Which one?
I would say I don't like the word holiday.
You don't like it?
People say to me, Happy Holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. Not necessarily in that order. Happy Hanukkah comes first. Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas. Be real about this. Happy holidays. Oh, well, it's all inclusive. Thank you. I prefer the old school way of doing it. It's a Merry Christmas. It's a Happy Hanukkah. It's a Happy Kwanzaa. You know what? In New Year's, you say Happy New Year, not Happy Holiday. Please.
Johnny, how do you really feel, brother?
I'm tired of this stuff. So now they're thinking about doing away with Thanksgiving.
Why?
And I have to concur and agree with the basis. The indigenous people were mistreated by the Pilgrims.
Well, didn't they just
brought
take Columbus
disease.
Day?
You know what? All I'm going to say is this about all this stuff that's going on. Get your head together. You're taking away history. You're removing pieces of history. History teaches us lessons. We learn from those lessons. How can you erase it? It never happened. Columbus is coming down. Thanksgiving will be renamed Turkey Day. Black Friday, what are we doing about that? How about this day? How about that day? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. You know what? Let us learn from the past and expose it to the present so that we have a better future. Don't take away. Look at, I said it before in a TV show, I'll probably get in trouble here too. We slaughtered the American Indians. Wounded Knee was horrible, and those men got Medal of Honors for doing it. George Washington had slaves. We're going to take him off the dollar bill and remove him as first president of the United States? You know what? All this crap that's going on, all you politicians, all you people, look in the friggin' mirror. Tell me you never made a snide remark about color, race, creed, or religion. Maybe you ought to be removed. You know what? Martin Luther King, God rest his soul, why can't we all just get along? Why can't we work together for the betterment? Oh no, can't do that because you can't use that word. Oh no, you can't do that because you can't call him or her that. You know what? grow the F up.
Whoa, Johnny. This is about as fired up as I've ever seen you.
How's that for a shoot?
You're shooting, baby. I like it.
You know what's going to happen? I get all kinds of, I get all these critiques back.
I could see that certainly generating a lot of
I don't care. I have
feedback.
to say it. A lot of people feel like I do, but they're afraid to open their mouths. You know what? Stand up and be counted. It's our country. It's the greatest country in the world. I can't think of a better place to live. Try to pull what you're pulling in another country. You either be behind bars, beheaded, shot, or deported. Thank God you live where you live. Thank God you have the freedoms that you have. And all this other stuff that's going on, I don't condone the violence. I don't condone what we're doing to certain people or certain things. But you know what? It's not the only group that was persecuted. It's not the only group that suffered. Open your eyes. Leave history alone. Leave the pictures where they are. Now, if I'm wrong, you correct me. But I believe Arlington National Cemetery was donated to the United States by Robert E. Lee's widow. If I'm wrong, correct me. But I believe that's a fact. I could be wrong. I don't know. But what do you do about Arlington National Cemetery? By the Confederate general's wife, that you've taken down all the statues of this man, you've eradicated him from history. What do we do? What are we trying to accomplish? I still haven't figured that out yet. I'm worried, I'm concerned. So yell at me, scream at me, do whatever you want. And I will say this, sir, my opinions are not necessarily the opinions of the MWF or Boston Wrestling or anybody else I'm affiliated with. They're my own opinions. It's how I personally feel. God bless America. And thank you for allowing me to live here and be part of it. I was in the Navy. I was there.
You were in the Navy?
Yes, I was.
I never knew that.
Well, it's something else you don't know.
Do you think that Columbus Day should stay or go?
I think it should stay.
Why do you think it should stay? If
Because
Columbus
it
was as
was
bad
a
as they're
holiday.
saying?
Well, you know what? Why are they abolishing Columbus Day?
Well, apparently he wasn't a very good man.
Because he brought disease to the indigenous people. He mistreated the indigenous people. So did the Spanish conquistadors. So did the Christians who slaughtered those who didn't believe in Christianity. The Crusaders slaughtered a lot of people to get relics. When the Christians first came to educate the Indians in Christianity, you don't think those people were mistreated? You don't think those people caught disease? You know what? It's all wrong. Rewind it, as sometimes my son would say in an interview. Let's rewind that. Now let's go forward. Think about what you're doing before you're doing it. Really, seriously. Think about it. We have bigger fish to fry. This country's in shambles. And I'm not being a wise ass. We need to think about where we're headed, how we're going to solve the issues we have at hand. I've been around a long time. I've never seen inflation like this.
Oh.
Gasoline is out of control because of the decisions that are being made by people that maybe care or don't care. I think it's time for us to become one. Ben Franklin said it best, united we stand, divided we fall. That's all I'm going to say. Enough. I'm sorry I pontificated.
You know, you've got me interested now. What is the controversy with Thanksgiving? I haven't heard about this.
If you follow the news, every year the indigenous people go down to Plymouth Rock.
Yeah.
And they don't celebrate. They're against it.
They protest Thanksgiving.
That's right. And rightly so, righteously so. They should. Because nothing against what happened. The Pilgrims came to this country for religious freedom. They came to Plymouth Rock. To Plymouth, Massachusetts. They did what they needed to do. But when they came, they certainly brought their Christian beliefs. They certainly brought disease. They certainly, weren't maybe the friendliest to the American Indians or the indigenous people that were here. You don't tell me that the first Thanksgiving they had turkey pies and pastry.
Well, what did they have?
I'm sure they had venison. I'm sure they had duck. They may have had something, maybe some corn. You got to remember that it was very sparse and it was. They didn't grow a lot of stuff. It was very hard. Maybe they got along with the American Indians. I don't know. But when you look at Thanksgiving, it's a celebration of, and I look at people and say, What do you do on Thanksgiving? What's it all about? I got a big turkey. I got a pumpkin pie. Marty's coming over for rigatoni and meatballs. You know, it's a great time. It's a great time to sit at your table with those you love and be thankful for the things that you have. Not about a football game, not about a 25-pound turkey. That's part of it. But the real part of it is thanksgiving. Give thanks. That's what the first Thanksgiving was all about, for their survival through the winters, through the harshness, being unable to eat food. Many died. So Thanksgiving is giving thanks. Thank you for my 5 sons. Thank you for my granddaughters. Thank you for my ex-wife. Thank you for my niece. Thank you for the life that I have.
Thank you for Mahjong.
Amen. Thank you for allowing me part of this great world of professional wrestling. Be thankful. Don't complain. Be thankful. Sit around that table and say, I want to say thanks to all those I love for being with me today. Also, thank you for being unable here today, but I want you to know we love you. Thank you, God, for the food you've given me. It's all mixed up, all mixed up. My question is, if we get rid of it, what do we call it?
Who wants to get rid of it?
They want the name changed.
To what?
Who knows? National Turkey Day? Dan Marati Goof Off Day?
Well, that's every day.
I don't know. You know what? It just...
I have not heard about the Thanksgiving controversy.
Yeah, that was a CNN had an article, and they've been doing it every year. They go down to Plymouth Rock, and you know Plymouth Rock is really small now because people took all chips. But when you read history, if you like to read, it isn't pretty. History is full of things that are bad, that weren't good. Excuse me. But yet we choose to pick on one thing. We choose to say we've got to change this because. Please, 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 don't remove history. Leave it. Leave up Robert E. Lee. Yeah, he was a jerk. Maybe you say he was. He had slaves. That's true. But you know what? It's part of history. We learned from that. We should have learned respect for each person. You know? I don't know. I'm sorry to pontificate. I apologize to the fans. It's a wrestling show. And I'm sure I will get, or you will get, a ton of emails and comments on this segment for not being wrestling related, for me flying off the handle. And I really wasn't angry. I just get
You're shot, though.
Yeah, but I did, because I get so upset when I sit out there and listen to the comments that people make about people being fat, about a handicapped person, about this person, about what the government's paying here, who's getting the rape here. And, you know, I'm just getting tired. Well, I don't mean that.
Who's getting raped?
I don't, well... bad choice of words.
Oh, all right.
You know, but there is a lot of that going on out there. A woman today isn't even safe walking down the street. It's pretty sad.
Well, we had that attack up on the Fells.
Look at that 81-year-old man that they beat up over a turkey. What the, you know, I grew up on Rantoul Street in Beverly. That was an Italian neighborhood. I always say this to this day. You could walk down the street with $1 million in your hand and walk back with the same million. It's all changed. I don't know why, but it's all changed. Look at the looting in Chicago. Look at Los Angeles, what's happening out there. What's wrong? We're upside down.
What's going on in Los Angeles?
They're going after some of the big stores, the criminals. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. And again, you've piqued my curiosity. What is the controversy about Black Friday?
Oh, you know, we have a lot of discussions about that. And I understand.
I don't know what it is.
But I understand what it means. You originally know why that was started.
Well, it was originally Green Friday.
Right.
And then they changed it to black because that's the quarter when the stores go into the black for the year.
That's right.
In theory.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
So what's the problem?
And there are some people that take issue. And
they're trying to...
My friends do not take issue.
They're trying to compare that to skin color? Is that what you're going?
I'm not going anymore.
But I mean, not you, but I mean, is there a segment of people that are saying it's insensitive to have something called Black Friday?
Yeah. Oh. But you see what's happened here? We've lost all sense of
We've lost all sense completely.
Well, you know, I'm sorry I started this, and I'm sure I'll get a phone call. I'm sure that I don't do that show anymore. Don't talk like that.
Columbus Day I had known all about. I had no idea there were controversies surrounding Thanksgiving and Black Friday. What else?
Yeah.
What's going to be next?
Probably Christmas.
Valentine's
Probably
Day?
Christmas.
Is that going to be a sexist thing now?
Maybe. Well, Valentine's Day was for St. Valentine, who was, as you know, executed with arrows.
Yeah.
So that's why you have.
Oh, is that why they have the little ping?
Right. So St. Valentine's Day. Now they may say, oh, well, you know, you've got religion involved with that. We can't have that. Christmas. They're all saying, you know, you really shouldn't teach your kids about Santa Claus because he's fictitious and it destroys them psychologically when they get older. And then also, that's a religious.
I love knowing about Santa Claus.
Well, you know, I'm letting.
And you know that
I'll let another
you and
cat-
I have had many differences over the years, but I think one thing you and I agree deeply on is our love of Christmas. And I just think it's complete and utter nonsense to try and destroy the image of good old Saint Nick for something that does nothing but put good into the world. Why take that? I mean, I can understand an argument about Columbus Day, but something like Santa Claus even?
You know what? The world is upside down. And, you know.
I think we're the only two
December
sitting
3rd,
up then.
December 3rd,
Yeah.
I'll let you know right up front, for 35 years now, I've been playing the Jolly Man. I do Santa Claus all over the place. And the 3rd, at the Festival of Trees in Salisbury. The 16th and 17th of December, I'm at the Hammond Castle doing that. I've had other calls to do it, but right now, with the COVID situation, I'm still not 100% sure I want to get out there and do
You don't want too many
it.
kids on your lap.
Yeah, and I get a laugh because CNN carried a story on professional Santa Clauses, and if that article is right, they're paying professional Santa Clauses between $125 and $300 an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, we're in the wrong profession.
Well,
Well, you're
I'm
in
not.
it. You're in it.
I bet I won't do it for that. I give most of it away.
Do
the
you
money.
have a nice Santa outfit?
I do.
On par with our good friend Mick Foley's, or?
Mine was custom made.
Really?
I have 2 suits.
Do you have a special belly?
Nope, I just use my own fat
Use
guy.
your own? Really? Well, I think you'd be
Nope.
a little too slim, but no.
No.
Do people buy it? All right.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. When you're sitting in the chair, the suit takes care of the rest.
Yeah.
And when I walk around, and I do try to walk around to see some of the children that won't come near Santa, or those that are handicapped in wheelchairs. There was a beautiful article written by a woman who said, this man didn't have to do it. He just did it. I was at the Festival of Trees, and there was a young man in a wheelchair, and I just stopped. I don't know why, I just stopped. Got down on my knee and started talking with him, and the reaction from this young man was like a light bulb. He just lit up. And she said, for me, that is the true meaning of Christmas. This man did not have to do what he did, but for some reason he did it. Because that's what Santa Claus is. It's love, it's sharing, it's bringing in. And for those kids that are marginal, that's why I hope that all the Santa Clauses don't forget what their real job is, to keep not those kids believing in the suit, but it's like the Polar Express. Believe and the bell will ring. Because Christmas isn't a suit. It's not a package. It's the heart. So believe and keep the message of love and the message of sharing. You know, I always say, it's not the size of the present. That little drummer boy, if you look at that little one, everybody's bringing gold, incense, myrrh. And what did he bring? The smallest of all presents, yet it was the greatest of all gifts because he gave it from his heart, and that's all he was able to give. So remember that. And I tell that to kids, and I say, you know, remember one thing. Santa will always bring you what you need, not necessarily what you want. And another thing I want to tell you, that there are boys and girls out there who have no mothers and fathers. And so what Santa does is, because you've been good and you're so giving, is I usually take a present from good boys and girls like you, and we give that, you and I, give that to those that are less than fortunate. And you won't mind if I do that, will you? And they say, no, Santa. And if you need to take more, please do. There's Christmas. There's Christmas. Open, love, sharing. Out of the mouth of babes comes truth. You know, it's not like I remember I did it in Topsfield one year, and I was being kind. I said, Santa will bring you what you need. And, the mother looked at me and she said, Santa will bring him everything he wants. Excuse me.
I remember one time, hopefully this doesn't say too much about the poor junior ambassador, Devon Brent, but when he was younger, we were at the mall after having our Santa photo done, and I saw the Salvation Army outside, and I said, well, you know what? I said, I have $1. I said, I can give you the $1, or, there's a lot of people out there that don't have life as good as you. You can give them the $1, and, all those dollars add up, and it really helps people. And I gave him the $1, and he thought about it for a minute, and he said, I'll keep it.
Who, your buddy?
Little Marty, yeah.
Oh, wow.
He said he was only 6, but I was hoping he'd give the $1 to the Salvation, but he wanted to keep it. I think I made him give it to him in the end.
That's the one charity
I just thought that was
I give
hysterical, because he really did. He gave it some thought. He thought about helping the poor, but in the end, he wanted that $1 for himself.
Well.
Oh, and my hand went in my face just like it did right now. I'm like, kid, you're killing me.
Again, I pontificate and I shouldn't. But now you know something else about me.
Well, I learned something new about you on every episode, as these great fans do. One thing, fans, we want you to learn more and more about is the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. It is ongoing through our live Christmas special before the Big C Day itself. On top of that, the Marty Jannetty Indiegogo campaign is in its final stretch. If you want Marty back in the studio ASAP, please help the cause. Get the word out. We're not looking for millions. We're not looking for much at all. Just enough to cover the expenses to bring Marty in and keep the studio lights on. We've had so many great guests try and contribute to the Paul Bearer Toy Drive this year. Check out all the raffles, the merchandise that we have available on the website, on eBay. And again, all roads lead back down the street to Pigottville, baby. Someone that could use a visit from St. Nick. Well, who knows how she'd... Well, I wouldn't even go there. But...
You just don't learn. Right, fans?
Do you think maybe she'd wear something a little skimpy and sing Santa Baby to him? Hurry home for Christmas tonight, Santa! Put your mask on!
Oh, my God.
Saturday night, April the...
All the work we've done, and he just blew it. I don't know, fans, what do you think? Don't be afraid to type in below what you think.
Saturday night, April the 16th, it's Soul Survivor 10, back to the 80s. Jake the Snake Roberts, and Smash Demolition, the Berzerker, and a host of other 80s legends we're going to be having with us live. Discount VIP packages and tickets are on sale now for the holiday season. The price is going to go up. Again, head on over to BostonWrestling.com. Now, for John Cena Sr., I'm Dan Marty. Until we speak again, folks, you and yours, be well, be healthy. Merry Christmas. Good night from Boston. Thank you for joining us. Please give the video a big thumbs up, leave us a comment, and subscribe to the channel to enjoy more great content. Don't forget, you can help keep wrestling legends working. Check out our eBay store and join the Boston Wrestling family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling so we can produce more in-depth shoot interviews.